So this is the dam. The dam, you got the big timbers here, and then you see where they're still sticking out of the mountain here?
Right there? No.
Oh, right here in front of you.
Dude, that's crazy.
See the timbers still sticking out, or whatever you call those big logs sticking out?
Trees with iron death spikes in them.
Right.
That was the top of the dam?
I don't know if...
Look at how it's milled flat, dude.
Yeah, obviously that was part of the dam. I think they might have stuck that there to help secure the road later. But at least for now...
That's bitchin'.
Yeah, this was all part of the dam. And it just ran right across there. And like I said, I don't know if the wires helped hold it together or what, because that's a lot for telegraph wire or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it was a mesh, like a mesh, you know, to hold loose rock or something in, or...
Yeah.
That's probably where, obviously, it was.
Oh yeah, it was right across here, yeah.
So that's obviously why it stings in.
And then there was a building in that flat area there. And then, of course, the flume line there.
Now, the dam didn't hold back the water, you said?
No, the dam just held back. It was sort of like a retaining wall. It held back.
Now, where did they have the water diverted underneath it? Or
no, the water
didn't even come through here.
No, the water both went. All the water went out through the flume lines, and this area back here was just tailings. You'll see it farther up. So as we were coming on the road down there, Chuck looked up and spotted this huge water tank, which is fairly modern. There's a company around 1980 that came in and tried to reopen this mine, and this is obviously from that era because that cement is new, and then the welds here are modern. So it is interesting to see. And then across the way, you can see that flat area down there. That's where they put all the tailings to create a nice level working surface behind the dam or retaining wall over there. And you can see a better view of the flume line there. Still a rock stacked up there. And you can see the remains of a building there and there. Of course, we're going to go over there closer, but this is a good way to get your perspective. You can see a pipe running along here, out there. And then there's a big slab of metal in the creek right there. The light's terrible, I apologize. But this whole area where Wallace Creek is running now is just covered in bits of track and metal and things like that. Fortunately, there's a place to walk over there. But yeah, this area here, if somebody were ever cut through there, is ever a fire or anything, there's a ton of stuff down there. So we're across that flat area now, and then Chuck's up there chucking out that divot in the hill. We don't know where it is. You can see lots of wood and the remains of structures down here. All through here. And then up there, you see those big beams up on the hill. And like I said, this area, a huge whole flat area here, was all created by the tailings that were piled up behind that dam or retention wall. And here's a view of that structure up above, and then out over the level tailings area. A big water tank's over there. So now I'm another level up, and the ruins I just showed you are down there. You see all the tailings out there, and the flume line, or a flume line, ran across here where it's collapsed over there and down. You got these huge beams right here, which may have been part of it. Now where Chuck's coming in.
Our new member of the hard hat family.
That's where it continued. See, there's another structure up here, and this may well be the siding for the flume line, and these timbers here were the base for it, where I'm walking right now. And then it would have carried on through here. You can see these timbers along the side here. This was all support for the flume line, and that tin may well have been on top of it to prevent debris and such from falling in. And actually from here, let me step down in a second. From here, you can see how leveled it is along there. That's where the flume line went. You see additional tin and then timbers and such that were supporting it. And like I said, the tin, would have prevented debris and such from falling in. Which, you know, if you look at this, was obviously a concern. But I'm surprised how much of this flume line is still intact, because it's been a while. All right, walking up to the site where the portal is now. Still on the level tailings, although there is obviously some brush starting to come up. Up there you can see the flume lines. I've heard there are some pretty big rattlesnakes back here, so I'm kind of keep my eyes open for that. See some old timber right there. And I think this is cool. This is big rail here. This rail is larger than the rail you normally see in the mines. I mean, this is, see my hand next to it, this is comparable to, if not narrow gauge railway. I mean, I'm not a big rail expert, but I think that's for a narrow gauge railway. So you can see the remains of the flume line all through the bushes here. There's more tin there, a beam there, and there's an old pipe in front of me here, and the portal is there. But I'm gonna go check out this well-preserved section of the flume line up here. Okay, so here's where the first flume line started, and then ran across out that way. And there's the second upper one there, piece of rail right there. And I'm gonna scramble up somewhere to get to that second one. So you can see in front of me right there the remains of a dam and the creek flowing down like this. Quite pretty actually. Down to a series of pools there, and then the portal is actually down there. But back to that dam. The dam there blocked the creek, and then the water was sent in a flume along here. You can see some of the remains of the flume there. The flume ran along here, past where I'm standing, and then out this way, because it didn't want the water flowing down to the portal like it is now. The portal's down after that pool. So they carried the water along here, 2 miles to Slate Creek, and you can still see some of the ties from the flume. You can see the tin that was on top of the flume so debris wouldn't flow in. You can see that was probably part of the wall of the flume. It just came all along here. See all the ties? And you see how much debris fell down here? That's exactly why the tin was there. Like that right there. This section's been all stopped up.
Sasquatch.
And you can see they did a lot of work along the edge up through there. There's Chuck down there. And go this a little bit farther. Huh. Just, that's really anchored in there. Yeah, you see part of the flume fell down the hill there. But yeah, this is really well preserved. You don't normally see the flumes this well preserved. You can just see all the ties going there. Cable wrapped around that. And of course, the tailings pile I was mentioning earlier, flat one right there. And this just keeps going. This goes 2 miles to Slate Creek, if I didn't already mention that. Look back where I came, and the portal's down there. That's where we're headed now. Okay, you can see the flumes up there carrying the water away from the creek so they could access the portal here. And then over here is this rock wall, which is pretty cool if I can get there without slipping. This is built up alongside the creek. And of course the creek flows downstream through there. And then let's go check out the portal. Beautiful to describe a portal, but this one I believe qualifies because it is beautiful. And there it is. That is the entrance to the mine. You can see the waterfall coming down from the creek above. And then I mentioned that around 1980, another mining company tried to reopen this mine. And so they blasted in this other entrance here. You can see that's all back there. Then there used to be a road back out there, but it's walked away. And then, like I said, this is contemporary, and this is circa 1980. So where I'm standing actually used to be the side. I'm standing in the equivalent of there, the side of the original portal. And of course, we're going to need to walk through that to get back there, which I'm not too excited about, but that's the way it goes. But yeah, this portal I think does earn the beautiful title. There's a view back. You can still see there's some old cable set up here. See the cable there. And like I said, this was the original portal here. Going back there. So there's Chuck making his way across the pool and up over to the muck and mud here. You can see the water draining out of the mine and goes back that way. I doubt if it's caved in or anything, but as you can see, there's a lot of water there, unfortunately, which doesn't make for very appealing conditions because that goes back for over a mile. Chuck making his way out now. And it'll be fun to see if he falls or not. He's got plastic bags covering his boots, but they look pretty flimsy to me.